What's up, Heat Nation? Your boy Ernest here. I am back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Before we get started, you guys, you know what I'm going to ask. Just want to remind y'all, take a moment, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. It really helps me out with this YouTube algorithm. When I look at the notes, you guys, it shows me that about 60% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Help your boy out. Come on. It really does me a big favor. So click that subscribe button. Don't forget to smash that notification bell to get all the updates. I got a really good one for you today, you guys. Before we get to the topic, though, just want to give you a little reminder. The Miami Heat do have another game today against the Orlando Magic. The Miami Heat are rocking and rolling with a 21-16 record. We're 7th in the East right now, but it's like we've said in the past. The Miami Heat, you know, they're going to be fighting for that 4th seed. It's literally a half game down between all these 5 teams. So it's going to be a battle. You know, one day you're going to wake up, you're going to be the 4th seed. Next day you wake up, you're going to be the 8th seed. You know, the Heat just really need to pick this up. Now, the good news is, like I mentioned in my video yesterday, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I break down in detail. But the Miami Heat do have 5 very winnable games coming up. So I do see the Heat can definitely steal this 4th seed within the next 5 games. Just got to win some games. Tonight, it's going to start. I do feel that the Heat can take it to Orlando. We beat them before. So I know Miami can get this one. It's going to be a little difficult, though. We don't know what's going on with Jimmy. We don't know what's going on with Caleb. We don't know what's going on with Kyle. These 3 guys missed the last game. Jimmy's injury was a little bit more serious than what we thought. So you know the Heat's holding him back. So I doubt he plays tonight. Maybe Caleb plays. Not too sure about Kyle Lowry with that hand injury. Looks like he might miss some time. But I definitely feel, you guys, the Heat can win any game. Even with a depleted roster. If Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and Duncan Robinson all do their thing, we're a nightmare. Then you got Kevin Love. Then you got Josh Richardson. You got Nikola Jovic. That starting lineup in the last game, you guys, was beautiful. Tyler and Jaime Jaquez starting in the backcourt with Bam, Nikola Jovic, and Haywood Highsmith. A few of you have said it in the comments, a beautiful starting lineup I would love to see. Tyler Hero and Jaime Jaquez in the backcourt with Bam Adebayo, Nikola Jovic, and Jimmy Butler in the front court. That's a dangerous starting lineup. That's a lineup that I think Erik Spoelstra should look into moving into the playoffs. That's a hell of a lineup. You saw that last game with Haywood Highsmith starting. I'd like to see it with Jimmy, just to see how that works, because that's hella interesting. But, like I said, you guys, I know that he can get this dub. And I'm fully confident with this roster. I've said this so many times in the past, you guys. I love this Miami Heat team. I think the roster currently construed right now can win the 2024 NBA championship. It's just all about health. Now, saying that, I've also said in the past, you can take certain players on this team, move them to a different team if it means you are upgrading this roster and giving us a better chance to win. Yesterday, it was reported by Jake Fisher in Yahoo Sports that the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks have had trade talks about Dejounte Murray. Now, for those of you that don't remember, a couple of weeks ago, I posted a video about Dejounte Murray back when it was first rumored that the Miami Heat had some interest in him. If you guys haven't seen it, go check out that video, you guys. I posted it like 2 to 3 weeks ago. You'll see a really nice picture of Dejounte Murray and Kevin Durant. A lot of you saw it, a lot of you commented on it, and a lot of you gave your opinions. But that was speculation. Now that there's been actual talk between the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks, I want to dig a little bit deeper into Dejounte Murray, explaining why I feel he will help us and he will be that great upgrade that we need. First and foremost, Dejounte Murray, you guys, comes from the San Antonio Spurs culture with Greg Popovich. He's a 6'5" combo guard, can handle the ball, he can play the point guard in the backcourt. So that's definitely something we truly need. I've said this before, you guys, going into the playoffs, playing against teams like New York with Jalen Brunson, Boston with Drew Holiday, Tyrese Maxey over there in Philadelphia. You're going to need some firepower in the point guard position. And as good as Kyle Lowry is, he's 37. That was the reason why he came off the bench last season. You had Gabe Vincent to pesterly defend these guys. You don't have Gabe Vincent anymore. So now you just have Kyle Lowry. It's good, but it's not great. Dejounte Murray on this team, ladies and gentlemen, would be great. A 6'5" combo guard with an incredible wingspan. He's averaging 21.1 points a game, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. He's a rebounding guard. He's averaging a steal and a half a game, 46% from the field, 40% from the three-point line, 81% from the free throw line. He's playing with that 50-40-90 bracket. This is a guy that you slide to this team. He's a defensive-minded player, so he's definitely going to help Jimmy and Bam with the starting lineup unit. So that way you can continue to start guys like Tyler Hero and Nikola Jovic, who aren't the best defenders. You put those 5 guys out there and it will definitely work. Now, I've said this in the past, you guys, and I'll say it again. It's all about who we have to give up. I've mentioned this, you guys. We have 2 expiring contracts. You got Kyle Lowry's $30 million expiring contract, and then you also have Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin is making $7 million this season. He's up for a player option. Most likely, he's going to want the bag. Who knows what's going to happen because of all the injuries this season? It may cause Caleb to opt in his contract this offseason just because he hasn't really been playing that much. So you don't know what Caleb you're going to get in the second half of the season. Because yes, he was the guy that was basically the MVP for the Eastern Conference Finals, but Janet Jackson made a song in the 80s that's called "What Have You Done For Me Lately?" Teams are going to say that to Caleb if he has an injury-riddled season and he's not able to play. So we need to see what happens there. But these are 2 tradable contracts. And I know Nikola Jovic has been playing a lot. Miami Heat does this sometimes to highlight players to increase their trade value. But with the more we're seeing Nico out there, you guys, I don't want to trade him. I've said this before. I think Nikola Jovic is the perfect power forward next to Bam Adebayo. Yes, he's not as great defensively as Caleb Martin or Haywood Highsmith at the starting 4, but he gives you all the things that you need. He's a 6'11" point forward. He can rebound, he can facilitate, he can score. Yes, he needs to work on his defense, but I think he's a better fit at the power forward position. So trading for Dejounte Murray, you guys, it's all about what we have to give up. Now, I've said this in the past. I don't want to trade Tyler Hero unless it's for a home run hit. The home run hit, ladies and gentlemen, the only guy that I'm seeing out there that's a home run hit is Donovan Mitchell. If Donovan Mitchell is truly available, then yes, I'd be willing to let go of Tyler Hero. It would suck. It would be hard. But Donovan Mitchell is better and will help us win. My opinion. But I don't think Dejounte Murray is a better fit than Tyler Hero. If you're trading Dejounte Murray and Tyler Hero, you're basically swapping. And it doesn't work with the numbers as well. Dejounte Murray is making $18 million this season. After this season, his new contract extension kicks in. So now he's going to be making $25 million. But you have to match the 18 he's making this year. So you're going to have to do a few options. Now, from what I heard, the talks that Miami and Atlanta were having was surrounding Kyle Lowry. So what does that mean? That means that the Miami Heat is probably going to have to take another player from Atlanta. They're probably going to have to give maybe a Nikola Jovic, unfortunately. They're going to have to give draft picks. Miami's going to have to give probably 2 future first-round draft picks. But the question is, what's the sweetener besides Kyle Lowry? There's no way you're giving up Jaime Jaquez. Nikola Jovic, that's a tough one. But for Dejounte Murray on this team, with Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler, you can make it work. You can plug in Haywood Highsmith. You can plug in Caleb Martin as a starting power forward. It has worked in the past. You can hope that you get a bigger player via buyout. Maybe the Miami Heat can make another trade before the trading deadline. All of this is a depending factor. But if you ask me, you guys, if the Miami Heat are able to make a trade with the Atlanta Hawks to get Dejounte Murray, you do it. And why is this beneficial for Atlanta? Well, I've said it in the video a couple weeks ago, but I also mentioned it in the podcast I was with those other 3 Miami Heat fellas. With Miami Heat Network, Miami Heat Zone Podcast, and Team to Beat Heat. I mentioned to those 3 guys that this would be a perfect trade not only for Miami, but for Atlanta as well. Why is it perfect for Atlanta? Kyle Lowry's an expiring contract. You can get that $30 million off your books and rebuild around Trae Young. Atlanta sucks right now, you guys. They're the 12th seed. They're not even in the play-in. It's not working with Dejounte Murray and Trae Young. They've already traded John Collins. It's time to blow it up and build around Trae Young. Or who knows, maybe they'll let him go. But at this point, if the Miami Heat are able to trade Dejounte Murray, grab another piece as a salary filler, give up Kyle Lowry, Nikola Jovic, and multiple first-round draft picks, 2 of them, I think I'd be willing to do that. It would be tough to let Nico go. But here's the thing, you guys. We're in win-now mode. Our future's already set with Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. I don't want to lose Nikola Jovic. I'm telling you guys right now, if this trade does not happen, I'm okay with it because I love this roster. But I know if you bring Dejounte Murray to this team and you let go Kyle Lowry and Nikola Jovic, it upgrades our roster. It really does, you guys. As much as I love Kyle Lowry, the things that he doesn't show on the box score. He's a perfect fit with this roster. I'd be okay with keeping him. But for Dejounte Murray, it makes our roster better. So I want to hear from you guys. Take a moment. Let me know what you think in the comments about Dejounte Murray. Do you think Dejounte Murray can be that piece? Remember, guys, if you're going to be in my comments saying, oh, no, trade Kyle Lowry for Donovan Mitchell. No, you can. We need to be realistic here. Cleveland's not going to accept the package surrounding Kyle Lowry and Nikola Jovic. But Atlanta might. That's what the Miami Heat need to do. I've said this in the past, you guys. The Heat don't need to be buyers. They need to be sellers. Find a team that's in a situation that their backs are against the wall and they have to make a deal. And then you come in, give them some future first-round picks, maybe a young piece like Nikola Jovic and Kyle Lowry, and you can get Dejounte Murray. Guys, look at the starting lineup. Dejounte Murray, Tyler Hero in the backcourt, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Caleb Martin with Jaime Jaquez coming off the bench as the 6th man. Kevin Love, Josh Richardson, Haywood Highsmith. I mean, that's a hell of a roster, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think in the comments, you guys. Are you open to making this trade for Dejounte Murray? And if so, would you be willing to let go of Nikola Jovic as an asset? Let me know in the comments what you think, you guys. Please take a moment. Don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Help me with this YouTube algorithm, you guys. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said.